Welcome back, guys, to Sonic Mania playthrough. This is Mirage Saloon Zone, and you're watching it with me, Bill Too Real. So there goes Knuckles. Heavy Magician has a grudge against him. So this level, actually, one little thing I like about it, before we talk about the level proper, I like this the day transitions. Right now it's morning, you'll get afternoon, you get dusk. But anyways, back to the level proper. So Mirage Saloon Zone is very much like Sky Chase Zone. Tails will follow you. He will rubber band to you, so you don't have to worry about falling down. If you jump to the right, Tails will stay right underneath you. I'm not controlling Tails at all. I'm only controlling Sonic. And so you just want to, kill the Vulture bots, destroy the Armadillo bots, and then later on you'll see these round cactus bots coming up right here. A lot of the enemies here are just reskins from the Sky Chase Zone from Sonic 2000 mentioned, and there's some notes here that sounds just like it too in the track, and yeah, that's about it. Just don't get hit. The level will just progress on. I'm not doing anything to make the level go further. As you see there, the day just transitioned to the afternoon. You can get the shield there the way I just showed, and then don't lose it right here like I'm about to. You can easily just avoid all these armadillos. I just have a vendetta against them, I guess. And then just stay out of the way for these cactus bots. And then you can hear the train that we're coming up against. So that's going to be our next section. This level is really short. And again, as you can see there, I'm not going to fall down. And then here we have the egg train, I guess. Instead of Thomas the Tank Engine, it's Eggman the conductor, I guess. I don't know. I digress. I'm bumbling around my words a little bit. But yeah, if you go to the left here, you'll catch that ring. And then you should by now have all 7 Chaos Emeralds, if not getting really close. We're running out of zones, which means you're running out of chances to get those emeralds. The bull bot right here, you can spin dash into it underneath, or like I did right there, or you can just avoid it. If you jump on top of it, you're going to hit the little bounce pad that's on it. And one little thing, two things. One little purple oil tank right here. I wonder what OOZ stands for. I'm pretty sure that's not the zone that's from Sonic 2 that I hate with a passion. But then the other thing about the train, the engine car had had Robotnik's mustache as the cow catcher, and I just think that's hilarious. Thinking about Fortnite, I kind of wish they had the cow catchers back again this season, but we don't. So here we have the first boss, the Caterkiller. So you want to jump into its head when it's jumping towards the tornado, and it's a little bit, the timing can be a little bit hard to get because you're going from the background. It's going from the background towards you than the foreground, and you want to jump into its head when it gets to the middle point. If it's going left or right, like those few hits that you saw me hit there, then it's very easy to hit it. And you want to stay towards the bottom middle. If you stay towards the bottom middle, you're not going to get hit. It's going to jump over you. It's never going to really jump at you, even though it looks like it is. But yeah, if you don't want to jump too soon or jump too early, because if you jump too early, you're going to miss. If you jump too late, of course, you're going to miss. And then, of course, here, we're going to have our little gold post fall down out of the sky, and it's going to land on something. Not the tornado, but as you can see there, it has anti-gravity technology somehow, or not. I have a feeling that it just winked at me. I just noticed that. Anyways, it landed on top of Heavy Magician. I don't blame it for being angry at that. I wouldn't want something like that to land on my head either. And here we have Fang the Sniper. I don't know why, I've always called it Knack the Weasel, but looking at the Sonic Wiki, it's actually Fang the Sniper. And he's going to make another appearance in the backgrounds from the zones and wanted posters, and also with the boss as well. Because spoiler alert, you're going to be fighting Heavy Magician this level. And I always fight the urge. There goes Bang again. I always fight the urge to call it not Dark Magician. This isn't Yu-Gi-Oh, but let's go talk about the level. So the music is really great. I like this track more than the first act, and this is my favorite act track that's original. The other tracks like Stardust Speedway, Green Hill Zone, Hydro City Zone, all those are not original tracks. Those were levels that were originally made in other Sonic games, but this is an original Sonic level for this game. And this track, I really like it. It goes well with the aesthetics, the desert, the saloon, the Wild West theme. It's just, you know, just I'm bopping my head to it, just listen to it while I'm watching the playback. But yeah, then we have here the roly-poly bots from Sonic 1. They won't hurt you if you jump into them when they're a ball. You'll just bounce. I think I'm about to do it right here. Jump, bounce. But of course, you don't want to stay still and let them hit you, because that's no bueno. Rhino bots, of course, spin dash into them. Jumping into them will not hurt them. And the level's really short. It's really, really short, unfortunately. I really like this track. So, but yeah. Lightning Shield, of course, gotta have it because it's my favorite. And those three pictures right there, those are actually the forms that the Mighty Magician, the Heavy Magician is going to take on. And it's a pretty straightforward level. It's very, very chill. It's not very hard. And then we're already here at the boss within 2 minutes. So Fang is probably going to be the hardest form to hit. I keep trying to jump into it, and when I do, I just get hit by the gun, the slowest moving projectiles of all time. I should just ran and spin dash into it. So for every 2 hits, he'll pick a new form. So if he got hit twice, he's gonna go from Fang to, I believe it's Beam the Dynamite, which I think was a character from Sonic the Fighters. Him, you can just jump over the bombs, hit him, and then boom, you get 2 hits. He changes form into Bark the Polar Bear, and Bark the Polar Bear is a pushover. Just jump into him. I don't even give him a chance to do his attack. Of course, 2 hits, and then he's going to go cycle back to Fang, and of course I get hit. I should have just ran and spin dashed into him. And of course, Tails is actually going to get him right here. Oh no, it's me. Okay, never mind. So out of the 4 times he was Fang, I got hit 3 out of 4, so that's a shame. And then the curtain falling down makes me think of Super Mario 2. I can just imagine the game and hear the track in the background. But yeah, that's it. That's the end of Mirage Saloon Zone. Really fun level. Unfortunately, it didn't stay long enough because we're going to go into my least favorite level, zone rather, of Sonic 2. That is the Oil Ocean Zone. I just do not like this zone very much. This zone is, I don't know what it is about it. I just do not like it. The idea is very interesting, but it's just not. I just don't like it. The music's great, and the color purple, of course, never hurts. I love the color purple, but it just doesn't tickle my fancy. That big ring right there, if you go down that bridge that just collapsed and go left, you'll be able to get it. I think that's the only ring that we're going to see here, and I'm not going to get any more past this point, I don't think. So yeah, you're going to want to find those other rings on your own if you have not gotten all the Chaos Emeralds yet. So, Octopus bots, they just shoot balls at you, energy balls. They'll bounce off you if you have a shield. Not hard, you just jump into them. You can jump on top of them or into the side of them, they won't hurt you. The Seahorse bot, they're just annoying. They'll follow you and try to shoot their bullets at you. If they have a shield, the bullets are not going to hurt you. They'll try to run into you, but it's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt by just jumping right into them. Assuming it doesn't shoot a bullet right at you. But an interesting thing that makes this version of the level a lot more, not a lot, but a little bit more interesting, is the fire shield and the oil. Of course, you mix oil and fire, you get more fire. And then the bottom of the level, which is where all the oil ocean is, you won't drown right away when you get into that oil. You can keep jumping to get out. And of course, that will set on fire, which, you know, if the whole ocean's on fire, wouldn't it just cause a giant explosion? But I digress. I'm going to go left here, and I'm just going to realize, like, hey, this is not the way to go, and almost lose my shield right there with the spikes. But yeah, no need to go there. Just go right. Follow the slides down. Sonic the Pyromaniac here. And then, yeah, so the green, I don't want to say lifts, but the platforms, You can jump on the green fire, but you don't want to stay underneath it because you'll get crushed and you'll die. And then, of course, watch out for the springs there. That's a little trap right there to get you to hit those spikes. And yeah, and the level's not that interesting, in my opinion. Some people might like it, I don't. The music's great, but I just do not like that level at all. The only quick part about the level is just the slides, and this is the boss. I forget his name, but he's basically a copy and paste minus the oil ocean gimmick right here from Mushroom Hills Zone from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Very easy to jump into him, avoid the wrench, and of course Sonic decides to destroy the whole plant and make a giant pollution, which is going to be an interesting gimmick for the second part. If you played Sandopolis Zone, I'll go ahead and talk about it now. Sandopolis Zone, you'll know that the ghost mechanic, as it gets darker, the ghosts start attacking you, but in this level, the gimmick is the darker the level, the more pollution, the more damage you'll take from it. You won't die right away, I don't think. You'll take some damage here and there. I think it's like one damage per second, so you lose 1 ring per second. And so every time you see one of those chains, you want to grab it, reset the pollution level. That way you don't have to worry about it. So you're working on technically 2 timers here. You don't want the time that you see on the top left to ever go past 10 minutes because you'll die, assuming it's just like Sonic 1, 2, and 3. And then you're also working with the pseudo timer from the oil ocean. So yeah, you don't want to let it go too far, otherwise you're going to take damage. Having a fire shield here is a bit useful, but also a detriment because those little waterfalls of oil, it's very easy to fireball right out of it. And then, as you'll see right here, I'm going to do it and I land right into the spike. So sometimes not having the shield is very useful. But it's also useful for setting things on fire, right? So here, get the invincibility. I'm going to hit that chain, reset, even though there's really no point with the invincibility, but invincibility doesn't last forever. And one more interesting gimmick here is the submarines. You're going to be able to go into the submarine to escape the fume. You don't have to, you can skip them. I go into the first one to show it off, for the second one I'm going to skip it and go straight to the boss. But yeah, the music, I think this is the one track I don't feel like it's better than the first track, but the first track I do like more. It does have a Sandopolis Zone feel to it, which I would have taken Sandopolis Zone after over Oil Ocean, but I guess they had to have a second act or second zone from Sonic 2, which, thinking about now, I think Sonic 1 got the worst treatment. It only got 1. Personally, I would have liked to see Spring Yard Zone. That's my favorite zone from Sonic 1. But yeah, going back to this, just keep going right. And when you can't go right, you're going to go down the slides. And then, of course, as the level progresses, just make sure you hit those chains. And you shouldn't have no problems with it. It's a really easy level. It is easy to complete, but it is not the easiest to avoid getting hit. And right there, what you saw me try and do, if you play Sonic 2, there, you know there's some items hidden in the little pipes right there. I was thinking there was one there, but no, there's not. And this is the submarine I was talking about. So the manhole opens, you jump in, and then you leave Tails behind. But yeah, you can go in here, just clear the room of enemies, the sub of enemies I should say. And here you're not under that pseudo timer from Oil Ocean. So you can just go through here, spring through here. You can hit the ring TV right here, get some extra rings, hit the little booster, it's gonna shoot you around, and then you'll just continue along your merry old way. And zoom right there. You go down here, avoid that bot, which I don't. I lose all my rings. Go down, go right. Submarines right here. I'm just gonna skip it and go through fight the boss. I thought about it for a second, but I was like, nah, I already had enough of the zone. Let's go ahead and get it over with. And this boss is a mixed match of Hilltop Zone for Sonic 2 and Lava Reef Zone. You'll probably wonder, where's the Lava Reef Zone part of it? Well, the boss right here has the tentacles, not this, but a tentacle that comes out that's from the mini boss of Lava Reef Zone with the little bullet. And of course, as Tails demonstrates right here, do not stay in the oil for very long, you will drown. You can jump in the oil to get closer to the octopus submarine, but do not stay towards the middle when he drags the platforms down, because the platform will pull you down and you will die. Of course, just avoid the bullets. He'll alternate between bullets and, well, I guess lasers really, and the tentacle harpoon. But you see there, you can stay right next to the face of the submarine, and you won't take any damage. Just be very careful. It's an easy boss. I'm just letting it go a little bit longer than I should, and I'm over taunting it by moving left and right and ducking. But yeah, really easy boss. I like to stay in the middle platform and go to the left or right to hit the boss. And as you see there, the boss is really easy. Once you're in the oil with it, it doesn't really do anything to hurt you. You would think that it shoots something out of the giant mouth of the octopus, but it doesn't. So yeah, that's Act 2 done. It was almost 4 minutes and 38 seconds too long. But now we're gonna go to my favorite zone. No, not my favorite zone, but one of my favorite zones from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And it has the best track in the game, in my opinion, the Act 2 version of it. Anyways, so I'm carrying on a little bit too much, rambling. So I'll go ahead and catch you on the next part. See you guys later. Bye.